This is a Jeanneau Leader 40, and I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Smuggler's Blues 3? I have to say, I wouldn't mind. Let's step on board, give you guys the full tour, and I'll explain to you exactly why. It's a very attractive looking boat actually. This one's got the hard top on it, as you can see. It's open backed, so that's all cockpit up on the main deck. This has got a fixed bathing platform, so you can pull a tender up onto here, just a lightweight inflatable. If you wanted to put a rib on here, there is an option of a high-low platform, so you can cover that if you want to. You'll notice there's hinges on here. That's because this one here, if we undo these little catches underneath, there we go. That's a pretty decent deck locker down to there, so fenders, warps, all that kind of stuff. You can chuck it all away inside there. You probably even get an inflatable paddleboard in there if you wanted to. And in fact, you'll notice if you look up underneath there, there's access from above it as well. So that's another way into there. Close those over and we will head on board up through here. This is your transom shower. And this takes us up into the cockpit. As you can see, really nice area. They've not put a sun pad on this one, which I think is a pretty sensible idea because it gives a massive social area around this big table. That works very well indeed. Now this has got the canopy on at the moment. You can see it at the back here, so you can enclose all of this whole area if you want to. We've just got the back section out, but clearly the sides come out and you can leave this up as a sun top, or you can take everything off. So you've got quite a lot of adaptability there. Over on this side is the wet bar. So that's your barbecue and your sink underneath. And also, there's a fridge in there as well. That other one is just a bit of storage next to it. And then there's a great area up here. I really like this because it's right next to the helm. People can sit up here or they can lie across there and watch the wake streaming out behind. Power roof, so this opens up electrically. And there's an opening window next to the helm as well. So you can get plenty of light and air around here, of course with the back open as well. This just feels like a really open cockpit area. Helm seat here, it's a drop bolster, so that will come down like that, along with your Jeanneau mats. I need to pinch one of those, don't I, for Smuggler's Blues. What else have we got here? Fuel shutoffs are here. There's a pull for the fire extinguishing system in the engine room as well, so you can manually override that. This one is on outdrives, but it does have a joystick system. That's another option. So you can actually control the boat from that in close quarters. Throttles are here, of course. There's a bow thruster on this one. There's an aeroplane going over. There it goes. Actually quite a rare sight these days, isn't it, seeing an aeroplane? Anyway, moving on. And what they've done here as well is put this nice low glare area under the windscreen. That's a really good idea, so you don't get that reflecting in the screen when you've got a sunny day. Cup holders in there as well. It's all nicely thought out, really. Very good. Let's go look at the inside of this one. Now this has been finished in the light oak, which is a very nice light contemporary finish. It makes it feel nice and spacious in here. You've got quite big windows in here as well, and those square sections, those are opening sections, so you can get a bit of ventilation through here. I like the way they put lighting up underneath in places like this. So you've got the low level lighting, and then above it, this of course is all storage for all your knickknacks along here. Now opposite that, more storage over here. That's like a little bar area, so your glasses can pop into there and your bottles along the bottom. And then over here, I like the fact they put a big handrail in here, just so you come down where you need it. And this is the galley. So there's a 2-burner gas hob. Storage up in behind here. And if we look down over here, that's your fridge. And the bin next to it. Then on this side, these are your drawers, all soft close along here. Very nice. More storage there, and that's your electrical switches. So those are your main battery switches, engine batteries, your lights, your domestics and so on. Now if we come on round a bit further and head forward, that then is your main owner's cabin. What's quite neat, you'll see there's an infill just here. You can choose, if you're tall, you can have a longer bed and reduce your floor space a little bit, but it means you keep your feet on the bed. If you don't need that much length, you can take that section out, drop that back in, get a bit more floor space. So you can adapt that depending on how you want it. I like that we put the lighting in next to the mirror on either side, and there's reading lights here as well. It's a hatch overhead, and of course there are blinds that pull across. If you've watched my videos enough, you'll know exactly how those work. And again, all that neat little inset lighting up in behind here, for example, as I mentioned, either side of the mirror. I like stuff like that. I think it works really well. And then you've got the overhead lights as well, and they are switched like that. There we go. You've got windows in here, and these square sections again, which are opening sections. We are in Ocean Village Marina in Southampton at the moment. And then also in here there is decent size hanging locker over on that side. Now this boat has the one heads, but what it does have is ensuite access. So the heads itself is in here, and you can see this is the door, of course, into this cabin. That is access during the day. People can just come and go into there. But from here, you can just walk straight into it, and it's just there. So what's quite neat is they put a separate shower area. You can see how the shower pulls out from there and clips in up there. This closes off, this door here, and then that leaves you with this side, which stays dry, so you've got somewhere to come out. And then again, of course, you've got storage up in behind places like this. So I think I'm going to close that one, and we'll go back out through here. There we go. Now, of course, that door also means that at night, anybody who's sleeping in cabin 2 has direct access into that one from there as well. So if we go into here, this is a really nice sized cabin. You can see what they've done is used this seat over on this side, which is opposite the helm, to give you headroom all the way around into here. So even at 6'2", I can stroll into this cabin, walk around here. I've got room to stand, I've got room to get changed. I can sit down on here. It works really well. And if I spin the camera around, you'll see that is, even there, a really good sized bedroom. You sleep with your feet down at that end if you want to, or you can sleep with your head down that end because you've got the lights, depends how you prefer to use it. And there's an infill section in the centre, so that can come out and you can have those 2 singles. Brilliant if you've got kids, of course, or a married couple that just don't want any of that nonsense. These here are cockpit cushions. They're infill cushions. They drop onto that table, and that means you can turn that whole aft section into a sunbathing area, and that middle one there, I'm pretty sure I'm right in saying, means you can put that on the table out in the saloon and make that into a double bed as well. So therefore you can sleep 6 down here, but certainly 4 in 2 cabins. Very nice indeed. Little opening window up there, that's a blind that drops down over it. And then again, you've got a decent hull window on this side with another opening section. And then this is all storage up in behind here. And there's quite a nice hanging locker in behind there. More storage underneath, more storage down there. And you've also got in here access to things like the ship system, so the plumbing and that sort of stuff is accessed from there. In fact, I think that's a seacock in there. Let's have a look. Yeah. Nice and easy to get to. Excellent. So you've got 2 really good cabins in this boat. And in fact, this little seat over on this side, if you took these backrest cushions off, you could use that as a 3rd berth for children. So you've got 3 kids in here. It'd be brilliant. Cool, let's go and have a look around the outside, and then we'll finish up with the engines. So back out of here, take a turn around, like where they finished this off, that all looks really good. Steps back up. This is the sliding door, of course, for the cabin. Pop the shoes back on. That there, incidentally, means that if you want to, you can pull that up and forward like that, and now you can stand there with that up, and you can put your head up through the roof if you're manoeuvring. That's really handy. Brilliant. Let's go on back. We'll take a turn around this side. The side decks. 6 side decks on here, which is nice. They put a rail down here, which makes life nice and easy. That's that big opening roof section. And that's that seat that grants you that headroom into that mid cabin. It's very cleverly done. Up here on the front then, you can put sunbathing cushions up on here if you want to. As I say, you can convert that seating area in the cockpit as well. Electric anchor winch on the front. And then you've got anchor chain locker down in there, and that winch handle is so that you can manually operate that winch if you ever needed to. It's a nice looking boat though, isn't it? Brilliant. Let's go and have a look at the engines. So back down this side, up on the top there, that's a remote control searchlight up on the top, and your nav lights and your antenna are all up there. So the final thing to check out is the engine space. That's down here. There we go. This is interesting. This, I think I'm right in saying, is an extension to the table. You can see how it slots into this little cradle here. I did wonder about that because it's got this, and I wonder what that was for. Now I know. That's nifty. This is on telescopic legs, incidentally, and that's how you can drop that down and make that into sunbathing. Anyway, let's get on down into that engine room and take a look. So what's quite nice, first of all, about this is they've put a bit more storage in here. This is really good for, as I say, extra lines or other bits and pieces you want to keep down here, maybe spare oil for your engines, that sort of stuff. And the engines themselves, well, they're back here. We've got a pair of Volvo D6 380s in this boat. That's going to give it mid-30s, definitely. And therefore a high cruising speed as well. You're probably looking, I would think, 25 to 30 knots, somewhere in that sort of region. It's going to be a fast boat. But decent bit of room in here, actually. You can get down between the engines, you can get round the outside, you can get to the hydraulics with things like the power trims. I think there's a 4 or possibly the trim tabs. And you can see all the cabling and routing and everything is all neatly done and clipped back. These are fuel filters here on the bulkhead. And if we spin the camera around the other way, that's actually a deck locker accessed from the top. So you can drop bits into there. That's that automatic fire extinguishing system I was talking about. That's got the manual pull from the helm, so if you needed to set that off manually, you could do. And that actually is the power trim motors for the legs, so that other one's obviously trim tabs. Decent engine there, isn't it? You can get to stuff. I like that. So there we go. Let's come back up out of here. I didn't talk about range, and I'm going to guess about 250 miles. That's normally what this sort of boat does with these engines. That sort of area. That's at high speeds, obviously. You can get further if you drop the speed right back. Okay, let's drop that one down. And there we go. Let's finish off up here, I think, on this nice Shutoffs under the sliding roof section. Fantastic. I hope you enjoyed that one. Let me know what you think. Should that be the new Smuggler's Blues 3? Bit out of range financially at the moment, but hey, maybe one day. Thanks very much for watching. We'll catch you on another of these very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.